MrGhettoBongs. You're watching MGB 420 TV. This is my new channel because I had to shut the old one down. So basically, I'm gonna tell you the story of what happened. Before alright, I'll just go ahead and tell you the story. Alright, so my last couple videos, were videos with my friend. Someone saw them that knew his grandparents. They called his grandma. His grandma called him into the room she was in. She doesn't get on YouTube, and so he was already like, what the fuck? And he seen it, and she told him like, oh well, I've seen this. She called the cops. Cops came to my house while me and my friend Justin were chilling, just sitting in my room. The dogs were barking, so I went to see what they were barking at. I looked out the window, and there's a cop standing on my porch. So I'm like, fuck. Well, so pretty much, my mom goes out there to see what he wants, and I'm looking out the window. And he opens up a laptop, and it's got one of my videos on it. So I was just like, fuck this, and I ran into my room, and I just deleted the account. Then he's asking me questions about shit and stuff like, another thing, this channel, since I can't really do what I was doing before, I'm gonna be talking about a lot of other things. It's all weed related. It's all gonna be political, legalization type shit, like just what I think of current issues, certain issues, send me questions and I'll answer them in videos, that kind of shit, like Q&A videos. But anyways, I'll get back to my story and I'll talk about that later. So, pretty much, another thing that happened, so pretty much, I don't know if you guys know, but the camper is where me and my friends hang out, and so he's like, let's go out to the camper. So I'm like, alright. Of course, as soon as we walk in there, I got the shower head and the green tilted bong sitting there, and this bong that I made out of an old vodka bottle that you guys didn't get to see. I had a lot of shit planned. I had a lot of stuff I didn't even get to upload yet that I had already recorded. But you guys can't, you'll never get to see that now. Don't blame me, blame your government. Pretty much, so he's just like, alright, if I test these, will they come back positive for marijuana? And I was like, it's quite possible. It's quite possible. So he just takes them out, and he's holding them in his hand. He makes me take the stem out the vodka bottle bong, and he did some shit in his hands. I didn't really see what that was, but I figured out what he was doing later. So we're we're about to walk out the camper now, like we're done in there, and so he's like, where's the pot at? Where's the marijuana at? Now this cop, I'm not gonna lie, he was respectful to me. He was not an asshole. He wasn't a cop that thinks he's in charge because he's a cop. He was doing his job. He wasn't being an asshole. But he fucking lied to me. This is where he lied to me, and I knew he was bullshitting me because of information. Because I actually researched shit that has to do with marijuana legalization and how the law is enforcing their laws. So pretty much, he's like, where's marijuana at? And I was like, there isn't any. There's none here. He's like, I already called the dog. The dog's on the way. If they ever tell you that, they're lying to you. Barry Cooper, ex-police officer, narcotics specialist. You need to go and look at shit. Like, look at his videos on YouTube. Barry Cooper. He has movies called Never Get Busted and Never Get Raided. You need to look at them. And he said, cops are average people. Average people are lazy. I'm not quoting him, I'm just paraphrasing, but pretty much, the cop is not gonna want to go through the time to call in the drug dogs, to call in, headquarters, not to mention all the paperwork they're gonna have to do afterwards. They're just not going to. They have shit that they want to do. They have a life, and they don't feel like going through all that. And what it takes to get a dog out. The dogs aren't just waiting and ready. They have to call people and get the dogs out, escort the dogs. It's not that easy. It's not as easy as you think. So don't be worried if they say they're gonna call in a dog, cause chances are they're probably not. And the dog never showed up, so I knew I was safe there. Um, so we're walking back, and he's like, "Where's the trash at?" I was like, "What are you talking about? Why?" And he's like, "I want to throw these away." I was like, "I'll get it." So he just gives me the stems, and we go back in my house, and I throw them in the trash can because I did what he told me to do. But when I was throwing the stem from the vodka bong, the bowl was gone. So I was like, "Oh, he took the bowl." He's probably gonna go test that. So that'll have, like I said, these videos will also be updates on this situation. And this current video will probably be pretty long because this whole story. But yeah, I called Chris today and asked him what was up. So that's pretty much what he told me. And then he asked me to get in his car, and I'm sitting in the back of his car, and he's just asking me what my name is, what my friend's name who was sitting here. I'm not gonna say any names of anybody. The only names I've said are Chris, because obviously he's the one involved in this. I did not get the officer's name, which I wish I did. I wish I would have. So yeah, pretty much. We go back in the house, and he's talking, and he was kind of amazed by the production value that I had, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, it's really nothing. I mean, if you have a Windows computer, it's all right there, built in for you. Go to Windows Live Movie Maker or Windows Movie Maker, whatever you have on whatever one you have. It just gotta take the time and learn what all those shit mean. All that shit means. So pretty much my friend, he was straight up with me. He was like, "Dude, this is sketch. I just called my dad. I'm leaving." So I'm like, "All right, man, it's cool." And this is not Chris. This is actually yesterday. This all happened yesterday. This was the same day that Chris was here. Chris left, and then my other friend came over. So pretty much, he was like, "You're very open about it. What did you think was gonna happen?" And I was like, "Well, there's a lot of people out there doing the exact same thing I was doing. I'm not trying to brag, but what happened with me, I got a little bit too popular, and you know, I'm a target. I've always been a target. I've been targeted my whole life. I'm one of those people. I'm one of them people. I've always been in trouble. But let this be a warning to all you out there who are, not medical marijuana patients, and you're doing videos. You need to be careful, because if they want you, they'll get you. That's it. If they want you, they'll get you. But I was real with the cop. I was talking to him. I was like, "Let's be real. You have better things to be doing than this." I didn't want to get into him on a large scale, but I could have. But I'm just like, these are just a couple kids who's just making some videos, and that's it. The account is down. I've broken all the bongs. There are no more bongs. It's dealt with. You handled it. It should stop at this. He said he was going to get with an investigator, so, well, that, I don't know. So I'm on the lookout for people following me, strange vehicles going up and down the road, because I've dealt with private investigators. I've seen what they do. I know what they do. Like I said, this ain't the first time. I'm listening to see if the phones are tapped, because if your phone is tapped, it's not gonna sound normal. It's gonna be some background. Um, so yeah, pretty much. Also, before I continue, I'm gonna continue to go under the alias MrGhettoBongs, but this new YouTube show is MGB 420 TV. So if you want to give a shout out to me personally, you can just say Mr. Ghetto Bongs. If you want to give a shout out to the channel, MGB 420 TV, whatever you want to do. That's just, I just wanted to clear up any confusion because it just popped in my head. Um, as far as the old, well, yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna continue saying what I was saying. I was telling him, you know, it's nothing big, like, cause my mentality, I'm thinking, well, we have this pointless war on drugs that's not working. This prohibition is not working. It never has worked. It's never gonna work. And they spend so much money going after marijuana. Marijuana, cannabis, is the prime target of the fucking war on drugs, when they should be going after shit that's addictive and can kill you. They don't. Cause here's how I look at it. I'm a little teeny fish. I'm not even a little teeny fish. I'm algae on a rock in the bottom of this big ass pond, right? And this big ass pond is called marijuana. Then you have this little pond. It's stagnant. It's more dangerous, and it will kill you if you get in it. It's called crack, heroin, cocaine, meth. It's hard shit. This is a clean fucking lake over here, marijuana. This shit's polluted. It needs to be dealt with. They're spending all this money on a larger target that's harder to stop, when they could be going after things that are serious but not on that large of a scale. Not to mention, if it was legal, they'd be making more money on it than they are going against it. I have other videos coming where I'll get more into that. But, if you're doing videos and you're not protected by a card or your state law, you need to be careful. I think you should do it. I think you should go for it. Me personally, my videos aren't going to go too much farther from this because they're already watching me. I don't know if they know this channel yet. I took some precautions in making it, so hopefully they won't see this. But pretty much, whoever ratted out MrGhettoBongs, it had to be an inside job. It had to be someone I know, someone that knows Chris, because the only people that knew about it that I personally know are my friends. So, and a good majority of my friends are potheads, I guess you could say. So, someone had to know about the channel, but also have someone who knew Chris's grandparents, because she said, she said, I have friends who have kids who go to y'all's school. So for them, it has to be someone who we know, and we're gonna find out who it is. I just want to know why. So if you're watching this, why the fuck would you do this? Because, like, really, it's not over. It's never gonna be over. As long as there's an internet, I'm still gonna be here. You might be able to take away my right to smoke and make bongs and provide a service to people and show them shit. You might be able to take that away, but you're not gonna take away my freedom of speech. I'm pretty much gonna cut this video short. I'm not going away. This is not gonna be the last video. Subscribe, rate, and comment. If you're an old MrGhettoBongs friend or subscriber, add me, subscribe to me. I'm still here. Shout outs to Mortos82, Ghetto Man 666, Jesse fucking James, Bobby's Bong Spot, Man of Bong, everybody out there who was part of what we were doing. Keep on, man. Don't stop, because I'm still with you. I can't do it anymore, but I'm still there. I'm still watching what you guys are doing, and just know I'm still with you guys. So keep up what y'all's doing. Legalize now. Legalize cannabis. Legalize salvia, spice. It's not harmful, really. Free Mark Emery. Support the movement. You gotta get out and vote, send letters to your congressman, shit like that. You have to be heard, or shit's not gonna change. Peace and pot, guys. I'll be back.
Legalize it. Don't criticize